Hello YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. And today's video we're going to talk about some of the fish foods that I use in the fish room. Some of these products I have used forever, and I'm going to discuss daily feeders, treats, fry foods, crayfish foods, all of that good stuff. Basically everything that I have in the fish room right now, so stay tuned. So our first food that we're going to take a look at that I've been using in the fish hobby since I got back into the hobby back in 2015 is the Tetra Tropical Crisp. Now Tetra of course makes several different brands of food, several different types. You have granules, you have flakes. Pretty much all of them have the same first four ingredients, which is going to be your fish meal, dried yeast, cornstarch. The only difference in the Tetra Crisp like these and the, I believe it's called bright granules or another type of granules, is the first ingredient in those granules is soybeans. So other than that, most of Tetra Men's products are the same. And these crisps, you can feed it to pretty much anything. I feed it to bettas, tetras, the gouramis, not the licorice gouramis, but the big ones. And I'll show you the flake real quick. Pretty good sized flake. It does not cloud the water even if you overfeed just a bit. And I tend not to overfeed anyway because all of my fish love to eat it. And yeah, I absolutely love this product. Another daily feeder that I have is the Tetra Granules. You can see some starting to come out of the can, and that's my fault. But I feed these to the betta fish as well as the gouramis. It is a sinking granule, so as soon as you put it into the water it does sink to the bottom. You can feed it to your smaller fish like your tetras, and also I do feed it to the crayfish and the shrimp that are in there as well. And again, has the same first four ingredients, which is going to be your fish meal, your trying to get that to focus, but corn, wheat germ, all that basic stuff. And that is my daily feeders. Now the next one, I consider it more of a treat, but some people use it as a daily feeder, and that is bug bites. I actually got this from a coworker whose tank is no longer set up, so she gave me this. And basically it's black soldier fly larvae and salmon, and these are the larger, I want to say granules, not pellets. And I haven't fed them to my large gourami tank yet, but I'm pretty sure that they will enjoy it. And I like to feed this about once a week to the bettas. There's nothing wrong with it. It, like I said, is just, I consider it a treat. I think too much of this might cause constipation, whereas the flake, I find it as a little bit easier to digest on bettas because they tend to get constipated if you feed them too much of something, so I like to keep a variety. Now next up, I don't really have anything that eats algae wafers other than sometimes the crayfish. Again, it is a basic algae wafer. It was given to me by my coworker. Also the bug bites, and she also gave me some bloodworms as well. And this you can get at Pet Supermarket. It's just a basic algae wafer, nothing fancy in the ingredients. It's just, I believe it has a little bit of protein in it, so it'd be good for like your common plecos. But that's that. Like I said, I do drop one probably once a week or twice a week into the crayfish tank. And last but not least at all is the Invert Aquatics crab and crayfish sinking pellets. He absolutely loves these. You can also feed it to your shrimp. And I believe, let me look at the first ingredient here, is going to be dehydrated soybean, fish meal, corn. So you got protein and a little bit of, yeah, just mostly protein, which is good for crayfish. But he absolutely loves these pellets. And if you want to find these, they are on Amazon. I do have a link down in the description, so you can grab these. They come in very small pellets like this, just big enough for the crayfish to grab onto. And again, you don't have to just feed it to the crayfish. My ghost shrimp love to eat it. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as my daily feeders. I do feed frozen bloodworms. I've also modified the Tetra Crisp there. What I do is I just put it into a Ziploc bag and I crush them up, and I get this. And this is what I feed the baby bettas. And what I do with this is I grab a pinch, whatever I need to feed, dip it into the tank, and it sinks right to the bottom, and they just crowd around it and eat it. And I feed it about 2 to 3 times a day. And once again, it does not cloud the water, even though I've grinded it up in little powdery form.